crescent rose firmly in hand and sending a message of unity to the rest of the world. Ruby had finally left the fairy tale behind, taking one more step toward the day we've waited for.
So she didn't do it? Impressive. I do like the fact that this, like, the battle is a lot closer than you think, just to the fact that it is a very much a similar, almost ripoff of Soul Eater. What up, everybody? Celtic Scarecrow here, back with another reaction. Get those 10s and 20 views. As of time of recording, Death Battle has come out with a new matchup 3 days ago. One I am heavily excited about, and I will be 100% biased. Just ignore the creepy moon on my chest. Don't need to worry about that. That's nothing. That's nothing. But yes, today we have Ruby Rose from RWBY. I think it's actually still called Ruby. And Maka Albarn from Death Battle. Oh, Death Battle. Soul Eater. One of my favorite animes of all time, actually. And truth be told, if I ever somehow do this full time, and I can afford to do this full time, I do plan on getting the Laughing Moon and the Sun on my palms, because I do really like Death Battle. Not Death Battle, Soul Eater. It's an anime I want to see remade, especially after Fire Force, because Fire Force is a prequel to it. So enough of the talk, enough of the chatting. Let's get to Death Battle. If the ever so famous Shield makes an appearance, it is because Death Battle's trying to copyright claim and all this other fun jibber jabbers. You know what? Hold on. First, flip backwards. That's another thing. It is what it is. I get it. I'm not going to judge any channel who does say, hey, no. But, you know, at least let me have this. Like, that's it. That's what I said. I'll work with the system to make sure I can get this uploaded, because I am highly entertained. Alright, first things first. Of course, as always, channel logo above me, title the video below me, and link to the original is down below if you want it without my reaction. This is Scythe user versus Scythe user. I do think Maka has a slight advantage. I'll go there. Slight advantage due to the fact that, you know, her scythe isn't just a weapon. It's actually a person. And also Maka has another advantage of, technically, she is a weapon herself. Yeah, the world of Soul Eater is so crazy. So it's like, you have Meisters, which is what Maka is. She'll be the one over on this side. On the right, closer to me, in this little photo. And weapons, which are literally living weapons. So, yeah, I think I give the edge to Maka. I don't know enough about Ruby to kind of say, like, how strong she is, but Maka is like one of the strongest characters in the whole anime. Alright, let's go.
Ruby Rose versus Maka Albarn.
The battle of spunky teens with oversized gardening tools. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze
Maka is pretty much a genius.
their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
I remember when Mama Boomstick read me bedtime fairy tales, stories of heroes.
Okay, start with Ruby. So this will be the one I don't know anything about.
And warnings about eating those little berries and quicksand, so much quicksand.
Yet in the world of Remnant, fairy tales are real. Here, huntresses do battle with monstrous Grimm, and there was nothing more exciting than that to Ruby Rose.
Daughter to the world-renowned huntress, Summer, who disappeared.
Okay, so similar playbook to Maka. Maka is the daughter of one of the greatest Meisters of all time, and her father is a weapon for the Grim Reaper. He's literally a death sight.
Little Red really wanted nothing more than to be a huntress.
Her dedication paid off. Admitted into Beacon Academy 2 years ahead, a premier school
God, this seems like a direct ripoff of Soul Eater.
for huntsmen and huntresses, Ruby clearly showed prodigious talent.
Not just that, she's got the weapon geek gene just like yours truly. Ruby doesn't leave home without her trusty Crescent Rose. It may look like a high-tech scythe, and it is, but it's also a gun. Ruby made Crescent Rose herself. It's like a dance between Grim Reaper's Choice and a bolt-action sniper rifle.
A dance is fitting, as huntsmen are locked in a never-ending waltz in their battle with the Grim.
Crescent Rose can switch between sniper and scythe at the press of a button. Ruby's an old hand at flinging and moving it exactly how she wants, despite it being, like, bigger than she is. How does she do?
It's a scythe. Of course it's probably bigger than she is. But again, the premise is very much Soul Eater. When did... Alright, we gotta do a little Google search. Search on Google. RW... BY... Or WBY. Alright, Ruby officially came out... First episode, July 18th of 2023. Yep, Soul Eater is
Go
older.
with those noodle arms.
Soul Eater came out in 2011.
The girl can't even throw a punch.
Well, she might not need to, given the strength of her aura. All living beings in Remnant have an
Oh dear God, this is just Soul Eater ripoff.
aura, except dark creatures like Grim, though not all of them can utilize it in combat without extensive training. See, aura forms a barrier that blocks fatal blows and even heals wounds.
It can make weapons stronger too. When Ruby slaps a cartridge of dust into Crescent Rose, her aura lights up nature's wrath in man's hand.
Dramatic, but accurate. This dust represents the base elements of the world: fire, electricity, ice, wind, anti-gravity. Does that last one count?
Rule of cool.
Anti-gravity is just the opposite of gravity, so yes, I will give her the points on that.
She's got the eyes of a hawk, and when she shoots you with dust, a bullet wound's the last thing you'll be worried about. With enough of a boost, ice dust can freeze over whole mechs, and she can power up her kicks to
I see, Ruby Dust should be considered comparable to Whis, which is one of the abilities to alive a Queen Lancer who have previously survived
greater military-grade steel.
A person's aura may be limited, but Ruby can keep track of hers with this handy health bar on her not smartphone.
Ruby blasted through Huntress
So she'll have to pay attention to her phone halfway through a battle. That's great.
classes with flying colors. Almost right away, she was appointed the leader of her own group, with Weiss Schnee, Flake Belladonna, and Big Sis Yang Xiaolong. Oh, I get it. Team.
But I still will take Maka's team. If you're going team battle, here you got Maka, Black Star, and Death the Kid. Yeah, I'm going with that.
Ruby.
But Ruby's hope for many years of learning with her friends would be dashed as evil machinations spread like wildfire. And with a flash of silver light, Beacon had fallen.
Ruby's friends? Dead. Her school? Totally wrecked. Her sister? Disarmed. All because of a lover's...
Literally, it seems. Look, Lover's Quarrel. At least they stole Soul Eater's, backdrop and made it their own. I will give them points on that.
Bat that went way too far.
Salem saw the world divided, and it was time to say goodbye to any happily ever after.
But Ruby wouldn't give up like that, so she set off to change the world.
Even as Crescent Rose began to feel heavier and heavier. Could she really save the world like her fairy tale heroes? All she did is what she's always done and never stopped moving forward.
Because Crescent Rose wasn't the only thing she needed. She had to improve her semblance too.
Right, while aura is essentially the manifestation of one's soul, the semblance is an expression of their personality.
Oh, dear God. What? Come on.
Basically, it's a superpower farmed by aura, and Ruby's got super speed. Or a teleport? Or what is she doing exactly?
Close, this is Petal Burst, a mixture of speed, teleportation, and intangibility. Ruby can rocket from one point to another in milliseconds.
By literally bursting into petals.
Sort of. According to Best Robo Girl Penny, Ruby's semblance is extremely complex and variable. It involves breaking her body down to its molecular components before zooming off in complex paths.
See, there, I still see a flaw. Maka can damage the soul. Like, that is an ability Maka does have.
Negating the laws of mass entirely.
AKA Super Speed Plus. And Nora is best girl. Ruby's petal burst is so quick she can make flying missiles look completely still. Good luck tagging her with a bullet or a breadstick.
She is certainly quick enough to give Emerald and Mercury a hard time, and they've dodged actual lightning.
She's faster than Blake, who could keep up with the most cringe faunus of all, Adam Taurus.
Well, he did draw his sword fast enough to parry an actual particle beam. In
So that guy we come from all the black side.
real life, such a beam is created by accelerating charged particles to just under light speed.
So, that's impressive.
With such a powerful ability, Ruby could safely shine her smile for years, even as she carried the fate of Remnant across the world. To her friends, she was a beacon of hope.
Well, yeah, because she's got one more superpower. Her silver eyes. Just like her mom, Ruby inherited them from the god of light as well.
Oh, dear God. Grim is the creation of the god of darkness, as represented in Mouse. Silver eyes counters Grim's powers.
Weapon against negative anti-life energy, like the evil goop Grim spawned from. Just a wink and blam! Sayonara, Dragon of Darkness!
But Ruby's skills didn't falter after her time at Beacon. As she journeyed across Remnant, she leveled up to compete with all sorts of powerful
Dispatch the giant Nevermore, kick the Griffin through the Atlas warship, missiles. So all standard
magic and mechanized foes.
Met superhero. Superman, really.
Her team could even match the Ace Ops, an elite squad of longtime professional huntsmen.
Including Harriet, whose super speed semblance was totally outclassed by Petal Burst, and Vine, whose aura was strong enough to contain a bomb that was about to decimate the whole city of Mantle. Man, these are some pretty powerful auras.
Though it's important to remember, Ruby is only 17 years old. The weight of being a leader, a savior, and a huntress like her mother would get heavier and heavier and heavier.
She got over it. Look at her go!
Taking Crescent Rose firmly in hand and sending a message of unity to the rest of the world. Ruby had finally left the fairy tale behind, taking one more step toward the day we've waited for.
So she didn't do it? Impressive. I do like the fact that this, like, the battle is a lot closer than you think, just to the fact that it is very much a similar, almost ripoff of Soul Eater.
Today's battle is sponsored by Prize Picks.
We all make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, making the right choice can get you paid.
And hey, football season is just kicking off right now, so it's the perfect time to jump in and join the hype.
It's easy to play, just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player projections. If you get your picks right, you could cash in. Simple as that.
Let's see, I got more on Barkley for those rushing TDs, more on Jones
Barkley, just one. Yeah, I take that.
on those passes, but Allen, 234 yards? I'm gonna go less. Sorry, Bills.
Prize Picks puts you
Against the Dolphins. No, over. No, that was over.
users first, so withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. And if one of your players leaves the game for good, they offer injury reboots to save you from some real bad luck.
That's actually pretty cool. I know this is an ad, and I'm letting them go because I'm hoping they're nice with me when I upload them.
That's a lifesaver.
Download the app today and use code DEATH to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup.
That's code DEATH to get $50 in lineups after your first $5 lineup.
Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Yeah, Boomstick ain't right, though. Josh Allen's going to torch the Bills, the Dolphins. They have no defense.
With Prime Big Deal Days coming October 7th and 8th, greatness is a deal away.
Just bust the move.
All right. One of the best quotes. And I do think this quote could reflect the actual real life stuff.
A sound soul dwells within a sound mind and a sound body.
But
Yep. Yeah, I think that's a good thing. If you're mind and body ain't right, you're probably not gonna be that happy. So yes, the quote does actually resonate.
Oh,
Which is a pun I was not planning on doing.
the unjust evil souls of this world are on the Disney Fast Pass to becoming a Kishin.
Destructive gods mutated from good-natured souls. A Kishin could plunge the world into chaos and madness. If only someone could stop them.
Bing bong, it's the DWMA. Welcome to Death Weapon Meister Academy, where death rules.
That is one of the coolest looking castles, I will say. Yeah, I do like the over cartoonish style to this anime.
Literally, his name is Death.
Here,
No, he is Death. He is the Grim Reaper.
Lord Death tasks humans to become spiritually talented meisters of demon weapons.
Also, that's Maka father right there.
AKA people who are also a weapon. No, really, they transform into weapons. Guns, ninja stars, hammers, you name it. A Meister weapon pair kills and consumes lost souls to keep the Kishin away. Jack the Ripper? More like Jack the Fraud.
And so the
Yes, they take out Jack the Ripper, Al Capone, and
demon weapon Soul was paired with the dutiful rising star, Maka Albarn.
Talk about your classic teacher.
I figured she was only 13. I thought she was like 15, 16. Let's see, Maka 13, 2-star Scythe Master. Yeah, your stars are basically how good you are type thing. So.
Pet. The kind of girl who leaves an apple on the desk and goes, "Teacher, you forgot to give us homework," and then we jump them.
Good luck. Oh yeah, this like unfaithful men. Yeah, her father cheated on her mom. So yeah.
As if Soul's any better, a weapon who's too concerned with being cool to do any real work.
Hey, Soul's not just any demon weapon, he's a scythe, and he's got his sights on upgrading to the highest level of Death Scythe.
Which would be a high honor. And lucky for Soul, Maka always aims high.
With that common goal, Maka and Soul formed the Dream Team. All they needed was 99 Kishin eggs and the soul of a witch. Easy, right?
Maybe
They were almost there. They were so close.
since Maka is extraordinarily perceptive at spotting and examining souls. She can detect spiritual presences from millions of yards away and can discern its nature, stability, and emotions.
Time for class then. The two trained hard, but their styles kinda weird. Okay, so Maka guides Soul in the direction she wants to go, but Soul, the scythe, does all the actual movements himself. Maka's the Meister, Soul's the weapon.
Like
They described it in the anime. It's like she is a guitarist playing on normal guitar, and Soul is an amp.
conductor and instrumentalist. A Meister weapon pair cannot work in harmony without total cooperation.
Too bad their teamwork sucked. They fumbled the easiest chance for Death Scythe status ever.
Not easy. Blair's just a very powerful cat. Very thirsty cat, but powerful cat.
Minus.
Maka just could not get in tune with Soul's wavelength. She was skilled, sure, more skilled than most.
Keyword most. There were plenty of rivals showing her up, like Blackstar and Tsubaki.
Really puts a damper on
Yeah, not really. Black Star's good, but he struggled way more than Soul and
the straight A's when
Maka.
this show-off is doing better than you.
It was up to Maka and Soul to
He wasn't. That's the reason why those two had to take supplemental classes together. And also Black Star and Soul are best friends.
improve their teamwork through Soul Resonance.
What I said about wavelength wasn't metaphorical. Rather, wavelengths are the means with which Meister and weapon draw strength through each other. Think of two wavelengths as different emotional amplitudes that must merge at one alignment.
If the Meister's the guitar and the weapon's the amp, then
Yep, they used to show reference.
they create a feedback loop to increase its frequency. That's Soul Resonance.
Soul Resonance creates a telepathic link and surges their strength and speed.
And preps them for cool scythe moves like the Witch Hunt Slash, a big energy strike that puts the L in evil.
As the name implies, it works especially well against witches and other evil creatures. It's not exclusive or anything.
It's
No, but their whole big thing is they gotta hunt witches, so that's a big thing.
actually really deadly against evil because of Maka's rare anti-demon wavelengths. Basically, being a goody little two-shoes gets her the power of purity or whatever.
Maka
Nah, it's the fact that her dad is a weapon. Her mom was a Meister, her dad was a weapon, so she got the kind of benefit of both there.
and Soul were becoming a synchronized unit. Though one would sometimes need to rein in the other's idiotic habits.
And the other guys gotta stop their annoying overthinking, Wiz.
But everything changed after a, unique encounter with Krona, which...
Krona, the most emo, non-binary character ever. And I'm not joking about the non-binary. They never mention what Krona's gender is.
nearly killed Soul.
Now Soul had an ogre pal in his head.
Mikey Cheryl this summer. Cheryl said,
We need to move into clean power. It's going to cost you an arm and a leg, but if you're a good person, you'll do it.
Mikey Cheryl, more of the same, but
It's
worse.
going to cost you an arm and a leg.
A successful shindig doesn't happen by accident. Walmart Plus members get free delivery on more than just groceries. So I can order up Gouda and a good time! Who knew? Who knew? Become a member who knows better with Walmart Plus.
Waiting for him to...
Sorry, ads. Also, this gremlin scene, Scooby-Doo references it.
swing on over and play the piano. Yep, Soul got infected with black blood.
Black blood was specially brewed as a weaponizable blood. It hardens and strengthens its user's body, inside and out, increasing their physical ability. They can even block blades with their bare skin.
Too bad it comes with a little side effect of madness with a capital M.
Yeah, that's like the big bad thing. It's like, you go mad, it's just, you're going pretty much insane.
Force of fear and sadness all living things possess, which threatens to ruin the world.
Oh, Stein. Yep.
So it was kind of a big deal that Maka was bummed by how she got Soul in a jam. But thanks to Soul, she got over it and even welcomed in their new little ogre buddy.
Now when Soul plays his grand piano, their soul resonance sings even louder through the black blood.
Giving Maka all the perks of black blood too, even the crazy parts. Bet you didn't expect that, Krona.
But evil saw their plans through. The Kishin Asura had arrived.
Who's also kind of death right there. I think it's also his son.
Madness was spreading everywhere.
So Maka and Soul had to lock in and upgrade their witch hunt to the even stronger demon hunt slash. They went on even more missions to reap souls with classmates like Blackstar, and that guy outran his own shadow.
Perhaps the most obvious evidence ever of faster than light speeds.
Yeah, and he's still not the most powerful one of the trio.
And Maka could finally keep up with him.
Pair that with her fight with the demon tool Gopher, who could obliterate whole mountains, and you've got one hell of an ass kicker.
And yet, Maka's relationship with Soul still faltered. Soul was the real star here. Even other Meisters were trying to take him as a weapon, away from Maka.
This is far into the comic past the anime, but yeah, they're...
I mean, he literally moves himself, so Maka couldn't help but wonder if she was holding him back all along.
But Soul said the truth. In all of their missions, their teamwork was the key to their victory. An orchestral performance is only as good as the one conducting. And so, their wave...
In the anime, Maka has his different final form, which he manifests the sights all over her body, and probably black, so it's not appear in the original manga.
Lengths played in harmony, and Maka donned a dress of black blood.
It's an armor literally made of blood, and it lets Maka fly around and shoot out her soul as an
Maka's
epic sound wave. So freaking metal.
Yeah, the end of the original anime just contradicted the whole point of the show. It was like, the whole point of the show is teamwork, trusting your friends, soul resonance, you know, and then like Maka wins through the power of happiness or some bullshit like that.
At the same time, Soul discovered he could hack souls and directly transmit Maka's anti-demon wavelengths, basically shutting their enemy completely down through Soul Adagio.
And they finally achieved Death Scythe. The dream's here, baby.
So when Krona's own black blood reached its final stage, Maka and Soul flew to the moon. A moon small and unassuming, but so dense it has the same mass as the planet itself. The very world's sanity was at stake.
Krona might have gone insane, but Maka still reached out to their new friend Soul until the Kishin showed up to ruin everything. Come on, Asura!
Yeah, Krona was is the child of Medusa, who was literally trying to create her own Kishin. Yeah, Krona's a very important character into the story.
They're having a moment here. Timing.
Which I also think Krona technically be Venom. in a death battle. So,
Bro.
In what would be Maka's final exam, Maka, Soul, and all of their friends.
hold on.
Bro.
In what would be Maka's final exam, Maka.
Characters from Fire Force have shown greater, faster than Soul Eater. In high context, Maka would not.
Soul,
kill.
and all of their.
Death the Kid. Also, I don't really fully agree with this because, it's supposed to be after. But yeah, Death the Kid.
Friends faced off against the Kishi.
And she passed. A+. Maka pulled her weight and perfected her teamwork with Soul. Their wavelengths were pitch perfect.
Asura did everything he could to separate them, crater them into the moon, punch holes in Maka's chest, tamper their souls with madness, and each time they successfully realigned their wavelengths.
Until they kicked his ass with one final upgrade.
The scythe, a piano scythe? Come on.
Kishin Hunt Slash. Maka Chop. Now that's what I call absolute cinema.
Because a sound soul dwells within a sound mind
So Maka also defeated the big bad.
and body. So should you feel overwhelmed by
Let's see. So you have Black Star and Tsubaki. They're a team. Soul and Maka. The Thompson sisters and with Death the Kid, who has ungodly the worst case of OCD when it comes to symmetry you'll ever see. That's why he actually wields the Thompson sisters.
Evil's Roars, just write 42 42 564 whenever you want to knock on death's door.
Yes, that's the thing.
Congratulations to us.
Wiz, your ego is showing.
It always is. And why not? This death battle is episode 200.
Woo, episode 200. Congratulations. I'm pretty sure I...
Hell yeah, it's a big deal. So we've got a big discount on our website to celebrate.
That's www.deathbattle.gg.
Website members already get awesome deals like exclusive Death Battle merch, the whole episode archive, including episodes not on YouTube, and a bunch of behind the such absolute cinema. No, really, we made an absolute cinema desk mat that's on the store. Cool as fuck.
I do still miss seeing actually Boomstick and Wiz and Boomstick pop up very often, showing off the weapons. I do miss that. I'm still going with Maka. It's just I think she has way more abilities to take out Ruby than. It's the final blow. Like Maka and Soul can attack her directly.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a scythe battle!
Oh, you can't take that Scythe. That'll give the edge to Maka.
Okay, it's official. This is so not cool.
You might be wondering how I got here. All I needed was paper towels. But one deal led to...
All right, back up. I'm still going, like I said, still going Maka.
Okay, it's official. This is so not cool.
Good job with Soul's voice, because he would always bitch and moan that it did not hit his cool standard.
Oh, come on, Soul. Our target should be here, so try helping out.
Oh, come on, you could have made, give him, that's one thing about Soul Eater. When you look at their faces, it does, the profile straight on. I don't know why I'm putting my hands up there. Straight on actually make it look face like a soul.
Hi! Who are you looking for? Little Red Riding Hood, your humanity has strayed from its just path, and the Shinigami has called. Oh my gosh, your boyfriend turns into a scythe!
Accurate.
That's so cool! Your soul is ours! I like my soul, thanks.
Like I said, I don't like how it's in this animated style. I think it looks clean. I'm not gonna lie. I think more comic book would have been better for both people.
Won't lie, Red. Your moves are sick, but too slow for my Meister.
You haven't seen anything yet! Focus. She's good, but we can handle it. Let's go, Soul Resonance!
What is it? I think speed-wise, they're probably actually pretty. Yeah, like I said, they ignore the fact that Maka, there are people in World of Solia that can attack the soul directly.
Get back here! Soul, hurry!
I would go on to Giggly and Maka first instead of her final form, because that pretty much looks like not going to end well for her.
Interesting. Her soul forms a barrier. Try helping out.
Relax.
Oh, if it randomly gets muted, it's because of playing music.
Fighting. I'm Ruby Rose, and I am a huntress!
Soul Hadagio!
Ruby!
The wavelengths! Damn it, she's... Stay strong, Maka! You got this!
A simple, honest soul. Ruby Rose, huh?
Yes, you got the laughing. The moon needed to actually be laughing, though.
KO!
Yes, well done. Well done. Like I said, I just did not think Ruby had anything that would override anything that Maka could do, where Maka and Soul as a team, it was pretty much a 2-on-1. That was the big advantage.
Rest in peace, Ruby. But hey, it's not often you get to see scythe-on-scythe action like that.
Let's break this down with the 4 categories that best represent.
I think skill, like, I don't see, like, speed, maybe, is the only advantage I think Ruby might have slightly had. Power, no. Maka's feats were crazy. She actually beat the big bad guy. Skills, I don't know. Actually a split, but yeah, strength and power, I just think.
This matchup. First, strength.
Or a supercharged Ruby's strength way higher than you'd think, like kicking this Grim through steel. But Maka's soul resonance could match Gopher, who destroyed mountains.
Now, Team Ruby did
also Maka. Oh, no, it wasn't Maka. She didn't open up.
Defeat Vine, whose aura contained a bomb that could have wiped out a city.
Adding up their flight speed and how far Harriet said they'd have to fly to avoid the blast, that's a 366 kiloton bomb.
It's possible Ruby's own aura possesses a similar level of, say, energy strength, though her semblance obviously can't replicate what Vine did.
Black Blood Maka got blasted by Asura into the moon. Yeah, it's small, but its mass is the same as Earth's, right?
Putting Asura's...
Yep. And also, Asura was the big bad. The moon's mass increased to equal the Earth in the prequel, Fire Force. Yep, Fire Force is prequel. Chapter name, Fairy, which is the reason why it floats in the air.
Strikes at 2 quadrillion tons of TNT. Over 5 billion times higher than Vine.
As I said, power, just pure strength power.
Oh, Maka takes strength, but speed wasn't as clear cut. Ruby's a fast little gal. Maka kept up with Blackstar, faster than Shadows and whatnot. But as they improved their skills, Ruby and her friends could outspeed Atom,
who blocked a particle beam. Though given the distance and time to react, Adam moved about 42% the speed of light. Not quite faster than your own shadow territory. Still, Ruby's Petal Burst has become far faster than this over time, and clearly gives more than a 2x speed increase on top of that 42%, making her well past light speed.
Definitely enough to take on Harriet, who was all about speed. Angry speed.
This isn't to say Maka couldn't keep up thanks to Soul Resonance, but Petal Burst...
Yeah, so speed would be a slight edge to Ruby, but not enough to be damning.
Makes this comparison close enough to call it a tie, and their speed would be key to winning in skill.
Come on, Wiz. Call it what it really is. It's Scythery.
That's not a word.
Maka's Scythery
Yeah.
was pretty good, but Soul does all the movement for her. As a Meister, she was mostly a guide.
It's easy to assume that Ruby's, Scythery was superior. She's entirely self-sufficient at dancing with her weapon.
Soul's own control.
Yep.
Hold
on. But it does take two to tango. If you're dancing by yourself, you'll never look as good as the two people moving in harmony.
Still a factor here, but it doesn't change that Ruby's been swinging that thing for way longer than Maka. Ruby's got Scythery in the bag.
Perhaps this edge would be enough for Ruby to avoid Maka.
Ruby's been training with Crescent Rune since time at Signal Academy, and Soul Maka, she didn't receive a breakthrough with Stein. True. Yeah, like also Maka and Soul have been together for a year. So yeah. Oh, a year-long events. But yeah, like, I think 2 years. I think she joined when she was like 11. So yeah.
Far greater strength if she had the better powers.
So, Aura's really cool. Barriers, healing, superpowers, and so on. But it's got one big weakness.
It is a finite resource that is required for all of Ruby's powers.
Yep.
Petal Burst, activating dust, even powering up Crescent Rose takes juice and some aura. Once it's gone, Ruby's totally vulnerable.
And there's a second key factor regarding aura. It is specifically a manifestation of Ruby's soul.
Which is the whole thing that Death Note runs on.
And Maka's powers are all about taking on souls. Maka had lots of ways to break through Ruby's aura, like Soul Adagio.
And since Maka is exceptionally gifted at examining souls, she could definitely figure out how aura works.
But plot twist, what about Ruby's silver eyes? Her anti-grim eye beams?
Yeah. There's nothing about Maka would be, yes, she's follows Death, but Death is actually the good guy in this story. So there's nothing actually evil about Black Blood. It's just crazy.
Turns out they were actually her best secret weapon.
The negative power of Grim is quite similar to Madness wavelengths, which power Black Blood. Since anti-demon wavelengths can cancel out Black Blood, the Silver Eyes should achieve a similar effect.
But Maka and Soul's whole story is about reaching that perfect soul resonance. Asura tried every...
Yeah, as I said, that's the big kicker. Like, she might knock out some of the Black Blood's perks, but not the
way in the book and more to separate their wavelengths and failed. And we already talked about how much stronger he is than Ruby. Maka takes powers, because when she rose to the occasion, Ruby didn't stand a semblance of a chance and bit the dust.
The winners are Maka Albarn and Soul Evans.
Wait, his name is Soul Evans? Next time.
Yes, his actual name is Soul Evans. You can actually change your name. Like he changed his name to Soul Eater. Soul Eater Evans. Hold on, let's see what the next one is.
I'm on Death Battle.
Okay, I'm seeing vampires. Blade or something. Is this Dante versus the Terminator? Blade versus Buffy.
Subscribe and...
Actually, I don't know anything really. If that Buffy the Vampire Slayer, I don't know. But it actually kind of went, roughly the way I actually thought it would go. Like I said, I did not know about Ruby. Once they start kind of listing aura, wavelengths, I'm like, she's a Maka ripoff. She is just a Maka ripoff. Now, like I said, I do like the fact that they did change the story well enough to not be a one-for-one copy. It's we took that premise and made it our own. I'm not mocking them for that. That's actually smart thinking. Just think that the hero's tale of Harry Potter is Star Wars and a few other movies. So, but that is it. I have a few things coming out. This is going to come out, let's see, 3 days. Actually, these are all next week. These are next week's things. This is probably going to be next. Let's see, 3 days ago was Sunday. So this will be next Monday. This will be the 29th. Oh, wow. This is going to be next Wednesday. That'll be going into Halloween. I definitely think this is, yes. Welcome to October, bitches. That's it. That's all I have. I'll see you weird people later.